Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a reading for you for the 1010 portal. So I felt just really called to this energy. Just the energy right now is just really heavy, and so I can't even get started without focusing on what is happening in Florida right now and just in the Southeast in general. So I do want to send out just special thoughts and prayers to everyone that is in that area that it's just a bad situation. It is just a bad situation, whether you got out or whether you didn't. It's just there's no words. There are no words for what is happening right now. And so with it coinciding with this 1010 portal, that does feel pretty significant. And so let's talk about, just what that even means. And so I will be pulling a special message and prayer at the end of this for all of those that are going to be affected by this Hurricane Milton and all of just the impact that's already happened with all of the storms. There's just so much happening all over the world right now. It's not even just in this area. There is just literally all over. We have just unprecedented things happening and people going through extreme suffering. And it's just this collective energy is just kind of combining, and all of our hearts are being just pulled to all of these people and all of these places. And I mean, when you send that much heart energy to those places, it's bound to have impact. It's bound to have just magic expansion in those areas. So I mean, I encourage everyone, just keep those places just heavy right here on your heart, and send that loving energy out to them. That you feel like you can't do anything, but that is something that you can do. You can hold the line in that way while they're having to hold just all of the heaviness in the moment. You can help hold the space to help rise above again. All right, so I want to go ahead and do the invocation to call on the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. So breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So again, we're talking about the 1010 portal. And so when we just talk about the energy of 1010, I've been seeing that number all over the place lately. Just for the past week, that number has just been so loud. And that's kind of what let me know I probably need to be tapped into this energy and see what's going on, because it's just been so in my face. And so we've also had just like in my personal readings and in a lot of the readings that I've been watching, and as part of the collective, we keep pulling out the 10 energy with, just the 10s in general, the 10 of cups, the 10 of swords, all of the endings and beginnings. And then also with the wheel of fortune has also been coming out a lot, which is also a 10 card. So that 10 energy is very loud, and 10 is about completion. So we also say that the 9 is about completion. So usually when we're getting to 10, you've stayed too long, you've outworn your welcome. And so now it's time to really get moving. And so there may be tower energy that's involved with this, because we've got the 1 is the new beginning, and the 0 is a divine beginning, and it's time for those beginnings to begin. And so I pulled out the 1010 card from my angel number oracle, and it says it's up to you. It's up to you. So it's time for you to take that action. It's time to put those long-cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust in the process. And so, I mean, I just feel like, 10, we have gotten there. We've gotten all of the accumulated necessities to be able to move forward now. So we're not trying to like still build the foundation. We've got the foundation built. It's time to move in. All right, so I'm going to pull with a few different oracle decks today, as well as the tarot. So we're going to start with the Archangel Oracle. So I just want to see what Archangel has a message for us for this 1010 portal. Right, so what Archangel has a message for us for the 1010 portal? All right. We have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. And so we are now in alignment. And that's what I was saying with that 1010. It means that we have everything that we need to do. We're in alignment. We're ready to take action. So let me see the message with Metatron. Metatron, the throne next to God, is said to be one of the youngest of the archangels, alongside his twin brother Sandalphon. Kabbalistic texts support the idea that he once lived upon the earth as Enoch, who was a prophet and the great-grandfather of Noah. As an angel, Metatron is guiding this age. This powerful archangel governs the sacred sciences, helps us to understand the interconnectedness of all things, and is supporting us as we enter an age of awareness and growth. When Metatron comes to you, it's because you are a part of a powerful shift that is unfolding on the earth during this lifetime. So proceed, keep going, and don't give up. There is a sacred bridge of light between heaven and earth, and that bridge is you. Your life hasn't happened by chance or accident. You have been chosen. The divine has recruited you to fulfill a great mission that will bring healing and change to planet Earth. You might feel you're on a roller coaster and be unsure if you should continue or not, but there's a karmic alignment occurring, and therefore, what you are facing and pushing through now is absolutely in alignment with your mission. Energetically, there's a cleanup process unfolding, so it might feel a little bit messy or overwhelming, but trust that you are on the right path, and your angel team is supporting you and your mission. If you are ready to take the next step on your spiritual path, let the angels know loud and clear, and they will begin to lead the way, like a spiritual GPS from within. You have a calling. Respond. The earth needs you. And I think that with everything that is happening around us right now, it is reminding us that we all do have a purpose and a part to play. Because really, the biggest heroes that we've been seeing out of what's happened already are not just these, really not the trained, not those who really did go in with the profession of putting your life on the line. It's your neighbors. It's the people around you. It's your community. It's people just in the same boat as you. People got equalized in this situation. And so now then they're all just pitching in with whatever they can and however they can to help just their fellow human. And so, I mean, like, that's something that we all need to really take in from all that's happening around us in this is how much power you do have, how much you can offer in these situations. It feels so overwhelming, but if you can just help one person, if you can just do one thing, you're doing a whole lot. Because collectively, if we're all doing one thing, just think of how much power we all have. So your one thing does add up if we're all doing the one thing together. And so that's the thing is in order to bring it, we've all got to be it. All right, so I'm going to pull with the Shamanic Medicine. Because I do feel like that there is an earth component at play here. There's a nature component at play here. So that's why I chose this card. So what guidance is the earth trying to give us? What are the messages that the earth is speaking to us? And what do we need to do with that? Okay. We have upper world, future. And it's interesting, it's got the astrology wheel attached to this. So with the future being the focus there, I think that that's what we really do need to keep in focus is, what are we actually creating here? It is about the future. All right, so that's upper world. Upper world welcomes you to the ethereal realm of spirit, the dwelling place of the star nations, gods, goddesses, and spirit guides, and of what you can become. Upper world bends its branch for you to climb onto and up through the world tree. Here you will obtain philosophical advice and guidance from sentient spirits who are waiting to assist you to cement a much more positive outcome. Turn to upper world for spiritual guidance that is of a higher vibration than that of the lower worlds. It is not better, it is just different medicine to draw from as when it is needed. Especially when making plans for your future, upper world is waiting to reveal the heights of your essential nature, to awaken your full purpose and raise you into your potential. Upper world calls you to work with spirit to bring about healing in the earthly realm. The upper, middle, and lower worlds of the tree of life are fully connected and equal. One cannot exist without the other. Traversing between each world will take you closer to being in unity with Great Spirit. The upper world is where those who have passed on from the middle world now live. In Siberian culture, the world tree is a symbol of Mother Earth. She gives the Samoyed shaman the drum that allows him to travel between worlds to access things to come. Mesoamerican cultures also hold this belief. The expectation that something profoundly divine exists above us and is yet to come is implanted in our collective unconscious. This is expressed in Abrahamic religions as heaven above. A spiritual experience will change your view and outlook. See the bigger picture, honor your feelings, give sympathy where it is needed. Lessons to be learned here. You are a natural healer. Time to realize and embrace your life purpose. Make a commitment. And so, just with everything that is happening in the world right now, there is just so much spiritual unrest. People realize like life can be taken from you in literally a second, just with no warning whatsoever. Or you could get, just like these once in 5,000 year events that are happening in a matter of 2 weeks from each other. You realize like, okay, I'm not going to be in control of everything. So I'm just going to have to trust that there is a bigger plan here, a divine plan here that is going on. That even if there are dark forces at play that are trying to, bring in this level of fear, that there is still this divine plan at play. Everything gets used for the greatest good. So even when it looks really, really bad right now, we know that something good is going to come out of it. And so we've just got to keep that higher level of understanding and awareness that it's not all just about what's happening on just even the lower level. And, we do have to acknowledge and have sympathy for what is happening on that lower level, but understanding there's a higher level purpose that is happening here. And so we just have to just stay in this space of understanding that there is this higher level purpose happening, and that good is coming out of this, even if right here it feels like utter chaos and destruction. So we are having it, allowed us have the sympathy, have the understanding, have the patience, and then be ready to step up. Because one of the things that I'm just getting a lot is like the innovation comes out of this despair. So we're going to learn new ways of living just because of just how drastically this has affected so many people. And so that's the part of the positive that is going to continue to come out of this. We've got to keep our thoughts up here while our heart is being compassionate and holding the space for these people. We are keeping our thoughts here by understanding what is that higher level purpose that is happening. Okay, so I'm going to pull the spread from the Light Seers Tarot. So I want to see what is going on with this 1010 portal. I want to understand what we think is happening and then what is really happening. All right. So what we think is happening right now, collectively, we have the moon. So there's a lot of fear. And I mean, just look at this person is drowning. I mean, just look at this. We just see the destruction. We see everything that is scary. But one other part about the moon is that it's shedding light. It is shedding light on the dark air, the darkness. It's shedding light on the darkness. And so we have to be brave enough to like keep shining the light, keep seeing the things. And so one of the things that I've realized about that the Libra eclipse that just happened last week. So we talked a lot about it being about relationships, bringing changes into relationships, but Libra also stands for justice. And so we put the relationships and justice together. We're getting the social justice, but I'm more focused on the social injustice. That's the thing that seems to be coming to light right now so clearly, is social injustice. Some of it isn't by anyone's fault at all. It's just what's happening. And it just feels so heavy and terrible to even witness. And, the other parts, there is people at fault. There are things that are at fault that need to be looked at and, dealt with. But that's one of the things that I know is happening with that eclipse energy that we just went through. And, we're in that final degree of Pluto in Capricorn before it's getting ready to go into Aquarius. And it's going direct this week. I'm not exactly sure what day. All of that energy is a combination to bring in the shift that's coming. And so while it looks scary, we've got to be brave enough to keep pulling back the curtain and keep seeing what is behind that curtain. Keep seeing how bad it really was and what all we really have to deal with. Because if we don't get it all cleared out, it's just going to keep festering back up. And so I did get like this, a sense of a boil. Like if you don't just really drain it completely and clear it completely out, then that bad will have the opportunity to start building and causing destruction and disease again. And so there's a cleansing that is coming, and it's massive. It's massive. Okay. So that's what we think. Okay. What is actually happening? Oh, the devil. So the first thing I'm getting from this is like, we're getting really clear about what we think we need. This is about the things that we're addicted to. And so addictions do feel like things that we need. And you can be addicted to having your stuff, to having access to certain things, a certain type of life. There's something here about, and this is also about going into the shadows too. And so there's healing that's coming out of the shadows, bringing those shadows to light. And so we aren't so far off, probably, with that energy. It is bringing shadows to light. We are seeing how bad really was, because we can't fix it until we have recognized it and embraced it. Okay. So what is our guidance for this energy? What do we need to be doing? The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about staying connected. Make sure you're still doing your spiritual practices. I feel like prayer, very, very important. Just when two or more come together, that has been coming out to me so much just this whole week. When two or more come together, and I've seen so many things on social media where people really are encouraging everyone to pray or to send positive energy or to really just like try to, break up the hurricane, and just like everyone is sending their love and their energy there. And so make sure you're keeping up those spiritual practices, that you're staying highly connected, because that's where your peace is coming from. If you're looking at the external world, you're just going to stay in this fear state. But if you can stay connected to the divine, that higher level that we were talking about earlier, if you can stay there and keep that understanding of this is what's actually happening. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's scary. There's a lot that has to be cleared out. This is, the devil energy that is real. The destruction is real. We can't sugarcoat that. We can't sugarcoat that it really is bad. But what is it bringing? What is it bringing for us collectively? What is it bringing for us? All right. So what we need to know, but has not yet been revealed from the bottom of the deck. So we have the Four of Wands. Celebration is coming. This is about commitment, long-term celebration. Long-term commitment. So, I feel like we just have to get through the hard part. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. And we will be coming together as a community. That's another part that I see in this, is just coming together as a community and having celebration again, and just really celebrating life again, just having a new reverence for life, because we've seen such unprecedented destruction. Okay. So I'm going to pull with the guides from the hidden realms to close this reading out. And I will still have a special message for those that are in the path of Hurricane Milton. All right, so what guidance do we need at this time? What is our overall guidance for this 1010 portal and just everything that is happening here around it? What is our overall guidance at this time? Overall guidance. Oh, wow. Okay. We have this and that are true. It is both good and bad. It is both, this exciting thing and this devastating thing. They're both true. They're both true. We can look at all of it. They're both true. Open-mindedness, perspective, nuance, and complexity. So that's that's a 35 card. Within you are all manner of contradictions. You are not just one thing, you are both, and lit up and hidden in shadow, happy and grieving, free and confined, elated and dejected, effervescent and dull, and so on. The world is similarly full of complexity, with so many opposing perspectives that it appears no one agrees on an objective reality at all. It's essential to remain open-minded and receptive to learning before dismissing others as foolish, or worse, dangerous. If you allow yourself to listen deeply without judgment, you will understand that many opposing ideas and opinions can coexist simultaneously and be correct and true from the standpoint of the experiencer. This situation is not a time for choosing sides, but for respectful cooperation. Can you reach across the chasm and find a mutually beneficial solution? Even conflicting creative concepts can be made into something innovative and special. Be a builder of bridges rather than barriers. Open-minded collaboration, exploration, and experimentation are all called for here. And so this and that are both true. So like we are experiencing, great duality of what people in this country and just the world overall. We have people that are completely unaffected and so far removed from this that they can't even imagine that it's for real happening. And then we have those that are very personally affected, and they are right now terrified, not knowing if they're going to have anything left, including their own lives. Those are both true. Those are both true. And it's also true that, one, this is completely devastating and destructive and all of that. People will be losing lives. That is true. But it's also this necessary healing for the planet that is happening as well. That is also true. Like we've got to allow the dualities to both exist. We've got to allow ourselves to, really understand that you can't fully peg things as like put them in the boxes as neatly as you want to put them. That good and bad are very subjective. That good and bad are very subjective. So what can be bad for you can be wonderful for someone else. And that's hard. That's just really hard to process because you don't want to think, well, why does somebody else get to, have experience joy out of my pain? And it's not even, about that was the purpose of it. You had a purpose of experiencing it in the way that you had to experience it. And they have a purpose for experiencing in the way that they're experiencing it. That you can't pick and choose about what is right and wrong. They're both necessary. It's the duality. You can't have the one without the other. Okay. So I am going to close us out with a special message just for those that are that will be impacted directly by this storm that is coming through. And so I'm pulling with my healing. Oh, that's not the right one. Where did it go? Well, I'll just pull with this since I've got it then. Okay, so this is the Ancient Stones. This is my Ancient Stones Oracle. So I thought I was pulling from the Healing Waters. They look exactly the same, but I'm going to use the Ancient Stones because I actually don't think that when I do things inside of a reading, they're actually just part of the reading. They're not mistakes. It's just, that was what I was meant to pull. All right, so a message for those that are going to be impacted by Hurricane Milton. All of those that are in the path, all of those who have family that are in the path, and you need something right now. That is what this message is for. A message for those that are in the path of Hurricane Milton. I think this is beautiful because just this picture, it has this pyramid of light, and that was the thing that I was going to do after I did this, is I was going to do a meditation that is a pyramid of light meditation. And so I think it's interesting that that's already shown up, and you can see all of the water in it. So it says the edge. Take a chance and do something different. The edge. So what page is that? Page 74. There are few places more exhilarating than where stone meets sea at the edge of a coastal cliff. Below you, the water is lapping. Before you, the sun is rising or setting on the horizon. And around you, a wild wind may be blowing. All the elements are there as you stand on the edge of something, at the beginning of something too, something new. The vast horizon encourages us to see things from a different point of view. It whispers promises of new possibilities, of being and trying something new, of leaping into the void of what might be. However, what might be cannot be dreamed into without first releasing the certainty of what once was, of gathering up our courage to try something new. The edge card is a symbol of truly living, of finding the courage to be bold and leap. It beckons us to be brave, to have no regrets, to take a chance and do something unexpected, to try doing something different, to step out into the unknown. Maybe you feel that a change is coming, and perhaps you're feeling restless, yearning for something new. Maybe you're frustrated or bored with the status quo and long to truly live. This card encourages you to stretch out of your comfort zone, go beyond your normal, and do something you've never done before, to dive into the unknown. What exciting new experience would you like to have, and how can you do something different today? And so the edge of this one is just like, it's standing on the edge of that new. And I'm seeing a 10 right now, just that whole 10 energy. You're standing on the edge of the new. And it's intimidating. It's overwhelming. You have just all of that just kind of swirling around you. You're standing on the edge of something new. Once this is over, life doesn't go back to the way that it was. But it doesn't mean that it has to be a bad life. It means that we need to see it from a different perspective. We need to find beauty in areas that we've never even looked before. And so I do think that, yeah, you're just, I mean, just that bravery to believe that beauty can still come after all of this devastation. Okay. So the last thing that I was going to do was the guided meditation to put a crystalline prism of light over the area that is in the path of Hurricane Milton. So hold on just a second. So if you'll close your eyes and get comfortable in your chair, we'll take a few deep breaths in. Okay. I would like for you to imagine a beautiful pyramid composed entirely of white light. It's a very beautiful thing to see. It glows, it sparkles, it shimmers. And I want you to mentally place that white pyramid of light so that it completely encloses the whole state of Florida. Even the underneath side of Florida, so that it is completely enclosed within this beautiful pyramid of white light. This is their protection. The white light is a very powerful force. It can protect against anything. It will remain around Florida the entire time that Hurricane Milton is impacting them. Nothing can harm you mentally or physically. You are protected. You are safe. You know it. You feel it. And it is very, very good. I would also like to extend this pyramid of white light to cover pretty much the whole southeast area, because I do feel that there is a high likelihood that once this gets across Florida over to the other side, that it's going to take up that path and go up the eastern seaboard. So I do feel like that the Carolinas, possibly all the way up to Virginia, do need to be covered as well. All right. So my thoughts and prayers are absolutely with every single one of you. We will get through this one way or the other. And it is ushering in, new and better days. It just feels horrible, horrible to have to even go through the destruction, the destruction that has come. All right. So thank you again. If you have found value in this, I would appreciate it if you would like this video and subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications. It lets you know every time I post a new video. And I also post videos regularly on my sister channel, The Spiritual View. So be sure to check that out as well. All right. I love you all. And I am, I'm just with you. I've been sending my heart energy. Oh gosh. I am with you. All right.